How's it going, everybody? Bobby Gibson, Get Her Done Fishing. Obviously, you saw the name change. If you was a subscriber with Castle Line Fishing, we had to change things up. It wasn't unique enough for YouTube, so we had to go with Get Her Done. That's what we're going with. Today, somebody had actually mentioned to me at work, actually, and they said, the only reason you're catching all of these fish is because you've probably got a $200 to $300 fishing pole and reel. And I just thought to myself, what is he talking about? I see them all the time. Every time I go fishing, I'm like, oh my God, that's so sweet. I love the colors. So limber. Love it. No, that's not me. I've got mouths to feed. I've got bills to pay. No. I ain't paying $200 or $300 for a fishing rod. No. Before I do that, I'll make one out of a tree before I spend $200 or $300 on a fishing rod. Sorry about that. I didn't. No, sir, not today. So I'm going to go over my 5 main reels and rods that I use on a daily basis. And I take these 5 rods anywhere I go. Anywhere. Doesn't matter what I do. Actually 6. I'm sorry, 6. 6 rods. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. Crappie, bass, saugeye, walleye, catfish, the whole 9. 6 rods. No. I'm not spending $200 or $300. I ain't doing it. No, sir. Not today. So let's go over those reels and rods. So, rod number 1. I will tell you, before I show off any rods and reels that I use. Yeah, excuse my mess back here. Before I show you any of the rods and reels that I use, I will tell you right now, every one of them, every one, all 6, were under $50 a piece. Did I buy them all at once? No. Again, bills to pay, mouths to feed, times are tough. Not today, Junior. I ain't spending more than $50. And if I can, I ain't even spending that. So, let's go over them. Number 1, my kind of go-to, if I must say. Crappie. Mr. Crappie. Light action. 6-pound test. I think $39.99 at the Dirt Dutchman, right there on Sunbury, is all I paid for it, plus tax. Right there. I kid you not, and this is my go-to for crappie. Oh, sorry, I got tangled up. Anytime, any day, anywhere. Look at that. Why wouldn't I? $300? For something so limber. Yeah, I've got a bass rig set up right now on the, well, actually it's a Texas rig, but it's kind of crazy. I know. We were doing a little bit of trawling last weekend, and I haven't had time to get out there, but I wanted to, dude, I wanted to do this video so bad. All day long it's been on my mind. Seriously? For the reel, actually, it wasn't even for the reel and this rod. This rod was just laying around in my garage. I think somebody gave it to me. And the reel I bought for $39.99 on a 10-foot pole, Mr. Crappie pole, Mr. Crappie reel. It was already pre-rigged, ready to go. Was $40. But I'm not a 10-foot guy. I'm not shooting docks and doing all that other craziness. So I didn't need all that. I had this thing laying around, and I love this rod because it's so limber, and it's a 6.5 footer solid rod. It was just laying around in the garage. I almost pitched it in the trash because look at the corks on it. Look at the cork. It's old, it's beat down. Dude, this thing slays fish. So that's my go-to for crappie. I'm telling you right now, if you get on the boat with me and I pull this thing out and you start making fun of it, I'm just going to tell you. Let's see who catches the fish. Promise you I'm catching fish. So that's my go-to for crappie right there. My second best for crappie, I actually went to Dick's Sporting Goods. I was just walking around, just looking, having a gander, window shopping, and I came across this rod. I was like, oh, real. Oh, didn't have any line on it or anything. I was like, oh my God, that is sweet. It's a 5.5, 5'6" Samurai on sale, $19.99. I already had line at the house. 6-pound test, high vis, same as the last. I run a lot of high vis. 6-pound test. But dude, this thing is, seriously, you ain't breaking it. No way. No way. Samurai, $19.99 on sale, Dick's Sporting Goods. And I love it. Literally love it. If I'm in areas, bank fishing, even on the boat or anything like that, I mean, I've got tripods and all that other stuff on the boat. I gotta try to swing my side cast around all that. I'll run with this. If I'm on the bank and I've got a lot of brush around me, a lot of trees, I ain't got a whole lot of room, I'll side cast, downcast, undercast, and everything with this 5'6", and dude, let me tell you, she's a workaholic. So, $19.99, Dick's Sporting Goods, the Samurai. Dude, that thing is sweet. I'm telling you, it's awesome. You'll love it. So that's my number 2. Number 3 is versatile. So I can use her for crappie, and I can sling her with some bass. I caught both on her. I've even, last weekend, I caught a blue cat, about a 5 to 7 pounder on her, and she was amazing. Fell in love with it. First time I ever used it. Ugh, love it. And that is Dick's Sporting Goods again. Not Dick's, I'm sorry. Vance Outdoors right here in Columbus, Ohio, right there in Obetz. The Quantum, nothing special, on sale, medium, fast action rod, the whole 9 yards, and she is a 6-footer, yeah, she's the 6-footer, 10-pound test, coiled up, ready to go. I will literally, look, you can see right here, I've already got her rigged up on the crappie, ready to go. I've used it on slip bob. I've put Texas rig, Carolina rig, and everything else. I've used it on Z-Man Ned rigs, and this thing is versatile. Between bass and crappie, this thing is awesome. I think it was $29.99 on sale, $30. Yeah, I'll take that all day. So, well, she's limber, not that limber, but dude, I've caught, like I said, crappie, bass, and even 6 and 7 pound catfish on her. I'll take her with me every time. She's a doozy. Now, here's another one that I bought at Vance Outdoors, and I went to another bait shop, and I couldn't believe the increase of priceage that he had put on this pole, it actually, it tickled me to death. That's just a Zebco Stinger. 6-foot pole. Nice. Don't get me wrong. Zebco Stinger. Nice pole. Really good pole. She's a 6.5, actually. She's a good pole. Bass, cat, you name her, she can do it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you're fishing for. But interchangeable for hands, open cast, Zebco. I got it for $19.99, and I'll never forget this pole because of this reason. I got it for $19.99 at Vance Outdoors, and I went to a bait shop up in, well, I won't even say, but he actually has this same pole, same everything, no line or any of that stuff. You got to put your own line on it and all that goodness, but this same exact pole he has on his shelf for $119.99. I kid you not. I couldn't believe it. I could have bought 7 or 8 of these, all right there, just stacked up. I don't know if it was a going out of sale thing or something like that. Maybe Vance won't carry them anymore. I don't know, but I got it for $19.99, and he was charging $119.99. And I said, whoo, I could sell this thing right now. I'll sell it right now. Anybody want to buy it? Anybody? $75. 75. 75, it's yours. Come get it right now. 75. I'll just go buy another one for $19.99. Actually, I'll buy 2 and buy more bait. Here's my my other one. Don't underestimate Walmart. Walmart is one of those shops that doesn't get enough recognition for what they sell, and they really should, because of this reason right here. I actually own 3 of these because of that reason. I bought one, and I was like, dude, I love that thing. So I went back, I bought another one of a different color, and I was like, oh my God, this one's the same way as the last one. I went back and got another color. So, and that is the Tiger 6.5. And when I say versatile, I mean versatile. These are actually the guys. I've got this one, which is all black and white, and I've got a blue and white, and I've got a red and white. And I've used these poles so many times. Perfect little 5, 6, 7 pound, 10 pound catfish. Dude, I actually, this was a 20 pounder on here. I just threw that on there just for, because I didn't have it quite rigged up all the way, but I've caught 20 pound catfish on this guy. Granted, your braid or your monolite or what you got on there, that's going to determine all that. You can catch anything on any kind of pound testage, and that's why I was contemplating on deleting the last video, because I was saying, you know, don't take a limber rod with 6 pound test trying to catfish and do all that. I'm contemplating on deleting that video because I myself have caught bass on 4 pound test, and I've caught catfish on 6 pound test, and you know, they were 2, 3, 4 pounders, but it just determines on how you've got your drag set, how you work them in, you keep your tip up, you know, how you bring them in, land them in, and all that stuff. But here's my last pole that I'm going to show you. And I got to walk over here, so bear with me. As I said before, I loved the Zebco Stinger. That is an awesome pole. I bought it for $19.99. It was on sale at Vance Outdoors right there in No Bets, and she's in the top 5, so, or top 6, so there it is. But Here's my last and final. This is my number 6. This is my absolute monster, get her straight to the bottom, no games played, Zebco Stinger 10-foot pole on 80-pound test, as you guys would call it, pay lake pole. Now, do I use it in a pay lake? No, I don't believe in pay lakes. That's me myself. That's up to you. That's your discretion, not mine. I used to, but I just couldn't land anything, couldn't do anything with it, and I'd spend so much money on not catching anything but a bad time, getting aggravated. But I've also seen where guys was on there, dude, they'll land a big monster fish and get $700-800, and I'm thinking, man, why couldn't that be me? But it wasn't me, so I can't say anything about pay lakes. The only thing I can say is if it works for you, then it works for us. So I just wanted to let you guys know I don't fish with $300 and $400 rods, $200 and $300 rods and reels. I don't do that. That's not me. Never have. Probably never will, unless I become a millionaire and I ain't got nothing else to spend my money on besides nothing, really. I can buy a fishing pole, I can buy a reel and all that stuff for $50 and under. You can buy the combo, you can buy the spinner sets and all that. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, Field and Stream is actually running a deal right now on the Quantum bait casters with a 7-foot rod and reel. Well, a 7-foot rod and a bait caster reel. It's a 7-1 ratio bait caster and $49.99. I almost snagged that thing up, but I'm still trying to work on my bait casting skills before I invest $50 into one. But no, don't think just because you're going fishing and you're going out with some buddies of yours and they've got these big old Abu Garcias and all this other stuff. You don't need that. Don't take any shame into your $19, $20, $50 poles. Don't have any shame of that. Don't have any shame at all. I love these poles. I'll go fishing with anybody in this world. My $20 pole versus their $500 pole. We'll match fish for fish. We'll put $100 on fish for fish if we have to. Because I guarantee you that's not going to stop me. What's going to count is when you save money from buying poles like that, your $200 and $300 poles. Why do that? You can buy a $40 pole, $20 pole, spend the rest in your baits where it really matters. That's where it matters. Fish doesn't care about your line. Fish doesn't care about how you drag them in. Fish only care about what's presented to them in front of their face. It's all about the presentation. They're only going to bite on what you throw at them. Are you going to throw a $300 rod at them and say, hey, bite that thing? No. I'm not going to take a $20 pole and say, bite it. No. Nope. On that $300 that you just spent for a fishing rod and reel, I'd only spent $20 and spent the rest of the $170, $175 after tax and all that. I put that into fishing bait, tackle, and everything else. Crankbaits, end lines, spinners, swim baits, you name it. I've done already grabbed all that stuff up. You don't need that. Remember it. And we need to catch a catchphrase. Let's work on it.